It's very common when teens experience anxiety, depression to isolate themselves, to withdraw. In fact, it's one of the things to look out for in your teen. If they are just locking themselves in their room, hardly coming out, or just only for meals, that's a warning sign. They tend to medicate themselves a bit as well, whether it be with drugs or alcohol or some other habit. And they can start harming themselves as well. And so we want to try and bring them out of the shadows. We want to bring them out of that isolation. And so how do we do that? Well, I think we try and tell them, first of all, you need expertise to help you beat this. You won't beat it on your own. Nobody can actually, but especially not teens who have so little experience and expertise in life. So you've got parents who know a lot more actually than you do, although you don't think that. Your pastor, youth pastor, a counsellor, a doctor, maybe one of these, maybe all of these eventually. They all have an experience and an expertise that you don't have and you really need. And it's there. It's God's provided it for you. So make use of it. The second thing is accountability. So usually when people get anxious or depressed, bad habits come into their lives. They stop doing good things. They start doing bad things. And so you need a bit of accountability to help you start the good things again and stop the bad things. Now, I'm working with a young teen guy just now, and he struggles with pornography. So I keep him accountable for that because it really sends him into the depths of depression and anxiety. Although beforehand he thinks it's going to help him, but it doesn't. I hold him accountable for exercise, going out with friends and things like that. So you need that just to help you develop good habits again and break bad habits. And you need encouragement, thirdly. You need somebody to come alongside you to pray with you. Because as you know, when you're depressed and anxious, prayer is really tough. But if you can get someone, a parent, a friend, a pastor, to come alongside you, pray with you, read the Bible with you, point you to Christ, remind you of the gospel, show you the resources that God has provided, to praise you and encourage you in that way. Because usually when you're depressed especially, you feel you're a total loser. And it's not true. There are good things in your life and people can help you see yourself more objectively and encourage you in that way. And also just that sort of positivity. Just, hey, you're making progress. I know you're not better yet, but look where you were and look where you are now. And so putting these pieces together, the expertise, the accountability, and the encouragement, you put these three together and you've got a great team to help you. So come out of isolation and seek help.